fire, 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 fire.
All right, let's do it. It's not looking good. Graph go down. Women and men both suffering. Oh, stinky.
So look at this right here. The Americans married by age 30.
Watching the master
so
at work chat.
In 1975, 91% of women were married.
That's crazy.
91% were married in 1975. Now it's 25%.
I don't know about, this is funny, I'm pausing so soon, but I don't know about Americans, but when my parents got married, I don't know actually when they got married. I think it was in the 90s or 80s, but they got married in Soviet Russia. And you have way more incentives to get married, like, overall. It's not just the tax breaks. Like, in America, obviously, there's, like, a massive benefit, right? But, like, I think in most countries, getting married is, like, very much encouraged. Yeah, and now, like, even with some benefits, people don't want to get married.
So you've had more than a 50% drop in marriage. Like, this is, I mean, this is crazy.
I'm surprised men are so low. I'm not. I'm really not. Like, by 30? I want to say my parents got married when my mom was 23. No, my dad was 24, my mom was 23. Or was it the other way around? I think my dad's older. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, they were both 23, 24, and, like, I'm thinking about myself, I'm like, holy fuck, they got married. They got married, like, pretty late compared to their friends, even.
If you look at this much of a drop-off, this much of a fall-off,
yeah.
Oh my fucking God. So anyway, look at men are at 81%. So men are always going to be lower for obvious reasons.
Obviously.
But you look at right here, 37%. And then at 2025, 16% of men are married now.
You can't even... Like, I'm sure that the 2008 economic crash didn't help at all, but, like, look, 50% already by 2005. It was already going down by half. What is it, 30 years later? That's a lot.
16% by age 30.
It's not just economic factors.
Crazy. So
COVID
is it
didn't help?
religious
Yes.
intermingling? So why is this happening? I mean, I think that there's a lot of reasons why it happens.
There's way too many.
Like, what caused this? So
Housing
let's see
prices,
what people are saying. And my great-grandfather, 7 kids. My grandfather, 4 kids. My father, 2 kids. Me, a cat. My cat is now neutered.
No! Oh, no! My cat's neutered. I didn't neuter him.
It's the end, right?
It's over.
So why did this happen? I mean, I think, like, I mean, everybody has a different reason for, like, not getting married. I think that nowadays, one of the big reasons why it's so low, because you look at how fast it went down. You have it go from, like, 77 to, like, I guess 50. Well, I guess actually that's about the same drop. But either way,
it's like 41%.
So much, I think right now it's because of technology. I think that's a big reason.
I think one of the biggest reasons, I don't know if he brings this up, but watering holes have completely died. And also all these girls that used to, this is funny because I remember going to, like, Starbucks, and there was, I lived in New Zealand at the time, but there was a girl that worked at EB Games, at my local EB Games, and she was really pretty. Oh my God. And this was, like, probably, like, what, 2015? So this was before OF and Fansly became a thing. Why is it gay to... You guys are rage baiting me. Thanks. You guys are rage baiting me into forgetting what I was saying. I think that a lot of really, really hot girls stopped working really average jobs, because why the fuck would you work an average job when you could, like, I'm not even saying, like, OF to be, like, demeaning in the sense that, like, oh, you have to show your breast or, like, your naked body. I'm talking more like, maybe you want to do cosplays that are kind of lewd, and you'd probably get more money than working at an EB Games, which is the equivalent of, like, Best Buy, like, over in America. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, fuck, man. Holy shit, man. What happened? Like, there used to be all these chicks out there working average jobs, and then just slowly faded away. Yeah, or an Insta influencer that leads into being an OF girl or whatever.
I think also, like, culturally, it's harder to spend money. Like, you know,
Yeah.
you go out on a date, and this is like probably like I saw something that said a
Oh my
millennial date is like
God.
200 and something
What?
dollars in order to go out, right?
You're trolling. 200 American dollars? I could believe that. Really? You... Not a joke? Are we actually at that point? Like, to me, I feel like if I went out on a date, like, fine. Okay, maybe not Taco Bell, but like, we could go to friggin', I don't know, Popeyes or Chick-fil-A, and then like, maybe I just have the mental of like an 18-year-old, because that's what I would fucking do if I was with my friends and we would go and like get food from a fast food place, and then we would go somewhere nice, right? I don't think that's like an outrageous thing to do, but like I guess maybe because social media has influenced people so badly, it's like you have to go and spend a lot of money to like satisfy them, I guess. That is crazy.
And so anyway, 1970
Chick-fil-A is expensive. It's not expensive like a restaurant is, though. That's what I'm saying.
More common law, which is like being married. Yeah, but that's not being married,
It's
right?
not,
it's obviously
though.
not. I'm engaged in my 30s. Women are absolute trash.
And not every state is common law. How many states have common law? 8 jurisdictions newly formed common law marriages. Yeah, it's not even every fucking state. Yeah, no common law marriage is recognized in all 50 states. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For those that don't know, it's like you're married, but you're not married. And I think XQC's girlfriend actually had a common law marriage with him, and it didn't uphold in court when she tried to sue him and shit. Fun fact. It's kind of unrelated, but like, just for the record.
It took forever to find one. Reagan, no fault divorce. I mean, I do think that
divorce
allowing
rates.
people to get easy divorces. I mean, like, do we want to go back to the days where the way to get a divorce is to kill your spouse?
Whoa!
Right? I mean, because that's what they used to do. And, like, that was, like, kind of, you know, like the get out of jail. Well, I mean, ironically.
That's true, though. Didn't, King Henry... Is it King... No, it was King Henry that beheaded all his wives. It's like, that's fucked up, isn't it?
Out of jail
Yeah,
free
King Henry the
It's like,
Eighth.
how do you get out of a marriage that you don't like? Well, you kill your spouse, right?
Yeah,
because
you couldn't get divorced.
And so
that's
sounds
right.
good. Yes, definitely. But anyway, I don't really know. I do think that like divorce being super easy to do and marriage and everything. I think that overall, like, right.
Yeah, I know that for Eastern European, like Eastern culture, getting divorced is a lot bigger of a deal. And people will put up with like having disagreements way more, whereas in the West it's like, he didn't spend $200 on my nails. I'm getting a divorce and I'm taking the kids and shit. I think there's definitely a cultural difference for sure. Cause like, I remember my parents talking about like people getting divorced. I remember when I was a kid, and it's like when we moved to America, I was like, wait, people get divorced way more, just like on average. Yeah, like I lived in New Zealand too, and I'm like, man, a lot of these kids are divorced.
Now there is
Lipstick
a lot of
on my
people on the
Valentino
internet
white
that,
bag.
and I think that the internet kind of like it elevates this more than it actually is that people on the internet, like, there's a lot of gender wars and like men versus women. Women are bad, men are bad, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
rage
like,
baiting
women are
too.
whores, men are rapists, like everything, right? And so you have these things going on, but the reality is that if you go outside and you, like, I mean, I can only speak for myself. I can only speak for, like, you know, what my opinions are and what my friends are. Every single guy that I know is married, basically. Either some of them are divorced, okay, to be fair. But they have all been married except for, like, I'm not even kidding you, like, one person. Like, if I really have to think about this, like, same, yeah. And so
My brother's best friend is divorced, and then his other friend was never officially in a marriage, like, and they still had kids, and then she separated from him. And I'm just like, fuck, man. I know almost no marriages that made it. Yeah, again, this is my personal bias. Again, don't take this as a, because that's why it's confirmation bias. We don't want to say like you know, definitively, because he's saying that all of his friends are married. Just from my anecdotal experience, like the males that I know secondhand, I feel like there's way less men that are married. Yeah, but there's a lot of chicks that I know that are married. So like, this might be biased because I know way more chicks than men on average.
Like, because I grew up, like, I mean, I grew up in a time where, you know, half of my friends were online, half weren't. And just overall, statistics should be by age 35 by nowadays. Yeah, I would say so. You? Well, no, I mean, besides me, right? Besides me. Like, my friend Eric isn't married. He's just been engaged to the same girl that he's been dating for 12 years. So.
That's literally what I was talking about. They were together. They never got married. They popped out 2 kids, but they're not legally married. I'm like, what the fuck? Why didn't you? Maybe it was for the best, but like, I don't know, man. Okay. That's crazy.
So I don't know what that means. I don't know what he's doing.
Mostly
I have no
taxes.
Idea. Why don't you marry her? I look, guys, who the fuck knows? But yeah, that's
I'm not
the
gonna
one
judge.
I'm counting
it's just
that
funny.
isn't married. Okay, he's smart. If no, you're not smart. Like, if it doesn't matter, it's not it. They're both doing very well. Don't let his girl see this. Yeah, right. And he's just leasing. Yeah, it's a pretty long lease, and that's like a rent to own type thing, right? And so doesn't want to commit. Maybe I really have no idea. He's got tons of money now too. He's like he works in IT, and so he's.
My brother's biggest regret is that his best friend got into IT, and then my brother didn't pursue that same college path. And this was like early on, probably I want to say like in the 2010s, and he really regrets it. Like, yeah, obviously he's fine now, but like, I'm just saying, like, I remember he used to bitch about it all the time. 2010 was kind of peak. And so, like, anyway, if you got in early, it was peak.
So he's the only person I know that isn't married.
Yeah, but like, you have a lot of money now, and then you can do other stuff now instead. Like, I know what you're saying, and you're saying like, oh, AI is gonna replace his job. I get it, but like at the same time, if you have a lot of money, then you save it up and then you reinvest into something else. Maybe a business or something. I don't know.
Has either been married or ended up, you know, like, or still is married, right? So I find it to be kind of odd that like the numbers are so low. I really do. That's an insane 16%.
That's
which
crazy.
Is weird to me because, as I said, everybody that I know is basically married. But to be fair, I mean, I'm 35, right? So my friends have been usually about 30 for like 5 years. How many of them were married by 30?
It goes up.
I would say like 60%, 70%, something like that.
Maybe.
So maybe I just have like a unique sample size, but that's about it. Are they Catholics? No, I think that like you have a pretty big, like, I would say that it's generally between Christian, Catholic, and atheist or agnostic. Like that would be pretty much the majority. Yeah, I'd say so, definitely. Maybe a couple of, you know, friends that I have that are Muslim, but they're also married too. So yeah, you can correlate it to online-only socialization. Well, I was going to say that, but I don't think that you're right. Because look at these number disparities.
But yeah, you can't even make that argument because, like, having it by 2005, and then you're like, oh, well, there was a lot less diversity in 1975 compared to 2005. That's like, that doesn't matter. Like, it still would have gone, it wouldn't have gone down by half.
1985, 2005, everybody wasn't online. Like 2005, most people still didn't have the internet in their home.
And in the US, it was a lot earlier. I want to say in other countries that didn't have very well developed infrastructure for the internet. For me personally, when I was a kid, we didn't get decent internet until probably, I want to say, 2009. So, like, it was late. I know in, like, America and Canada and maybe, like, South America, you had a little bit more internet because it was closer to America. But in other places, it was just definitely not that fast.
Let me just look this up and make sure that my general statement is true. In 2005, what percentage of households had the internet? I'm going to say 30 to 40%. Probably closer to 30%.
Yeah. In America, or is it in the world? Because in the world, I would say it's like really small. Maybe Western, it would be a little bit higher. In the USA, it's probably fucking high as fuck. Come on, Grok, spit it out.
Wow.
55!
Internet access. Oh, this is,
This also correlates with World of Warcraft, and I know it's gonna sound so cringe, but WoW popped off in 2004, and about 60% of people had internet, so it makes sense. I had the internet in 2006, but I was supervised and only uploaded YouTube videos. Yeah, pretty much. Like, we had internet, but it was so fucking slow. I remember I would watch Naruto AMVs, and I would like it would buffer and I could watch like maybe like 2 or 3 seconds, and then like I would rewind it thinking like it would make a difference. It would take like 2 minutes to load, and it would be like 15 seconds at a time. It was so bad.
Internet access is very different, right?
It's terrible.
Households, is this internet access lived in a household? Oh, with internet access. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So no, wow. I guess I underestimated.
Broadband is crazy.
Did.
Yeah.
And so I guess
I don't miss it. No, I do not miss it. But it was kind of
right?
special.
So you know, a little bit off on that one. So that's why I looked. And anyway. It was on dial-up though, and so anyway, the reason why I think is like 2005, you didn't have a lot of dating websites, right? Like, I mean, I remember like there was this really big like love movie, and it was called You've Got Mail, and it was like about 2 people that were emailing each other back and forth, and they fell in love. And this was like a crazy, like this story was like her for like 2003 or something like that. Where
Never
it's like,
seen
okay, well
it.
now that's normalized.
eHarmony,
like,
yeah.
People are like, well, Joaquin Phoenix.
Do you guys remember eHarmony ads on TV? God, it was so weird. I always thought it was gross. But I was a kid. I didn't get it.
Falls in love
Sex
with a
mailing,
fucking
good
robot?
lord, yeah.
There's no way that
I undress your dress, and then you hit enter, and then she gets it. You have to refresh your mail. What's your pee-pee look like?
that's gonna happen, right? There's no way that people are just gonna start dating a robot. What's up, S-Fan? And so yeah, and so I think that's really the difference, right? 3 months, 3 weeks AOL. Do you guys remember in Blockbuster where you would get the AOL CDs? I remember I was in middle school, and we would take the CDs, and you would go to Blockbuster. It was the pipeline, right? And so
they were so. That's the reason it got so popular.
This is the pipeline, right?
This is so American.
Okay.
I'm not American enough for this. I do not know about this, man.
So you have right here, let me see if I can find it. Am I the only one?
I don't even know if we had
Blockbuster.
AOL. We must have, right?
Home.
Hello, kitty.
What is this here?
Maybe we didn't have AOL. I swear I saw the CDs.
Yeah, I mean, it's this. Am I the only one, guys? Surely I'm not the only guy,
Did you guys
right?
have
I mean,
AOL?
come on.
What is that? America Online. It's basically like how to get it. It was basically like an advertisement for the internet. If you were a rich kid in America and you had rich parents, you had internet, or like decent enough, or my dad had internet, and the only reason we had internet is because my dad needed it for his job to call people. Yeah, 250 hours free on a CD. Yes, and that's how it got really, 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 really popular. We did that in Argentina, exactly as describing, talking 1998. Damn, New Zealand is more behind than fucking Argentina. That's crazy. We didn't get, we had dial-up until 2008, I'm pretty sure. 2009.
Full colors? Yeah, I mean, what do you mean?
It's crazy
so
stuff.
School to prison? Yeah, and then you go to jail. Right, exactly.
It wasn't a rich kid thing, it was like $20 a month. But a $20 a month was insane back in the day. I begged and cried and pissed and shit my pants for $20 a month. What are we talking about? What do you mean? That's how I know you're a rich kid, because 20 bucks is a lot. My parents would have freaked out if I fucking took $20 from them. Yeah, it was a lot of fucking money. I'm telling you. My parents told me to get a fucking job.
And forgot frisbees. Yeah, I don't even know if we did
60
that.
bucks a month.
And,
yeah, I think we had shitty internet for like $80 a month.
So, you know, I think that a lot of people stopped getting married because.
How did you afford WoW? I literally played on my brother's account until I could get a job. Yeah. I'm not even joking. I played my brother's account in Wrath, and my brother let me, and then I couldn't play because I couldn't afford my own sub. Yeah, I would beg and shit my pants to play World of Warcraft, and my parents wouldn't let me. And my brother was really nice and let me play on his account.
Number one, I think
I
that there's
got my
a
own
lot
account,
of
like,
kind
Mop,
of narratives about like marriage. Like somebody gets like my dad would tell me about how annoying it was that my dad had like he had to give over like this is in like the 1990s like hundreds of thousands of dollars to like my mom. Whenever he got divorced, because like my dad made a lot of money, and so he's like, can you imagine, having all your money cut in half just to give it to Shell, which is my mom, for her to sit on her fucking ass and smoke cigarettes and play video games and do.
I'm playing World of Warcraft.
Fucking nothing. Meanwhile, I bust my ass going to work every day, right?
Oh my God.
The man always loses, exactly.
Yes.
And so anyway, that's what it was.
Divorce favors are insane.
Too. And then she wasted
custody for kids.
All the money, by the way.
Yeah.
She wasted all of the money on like fucking fucking candy. Like she didn't get a job for like basically she went from
at least it wasn't scratch off tickets.
Basically living off being married to my dad, living off of my dad. Well, first she lived as an adult with her dad, my grandfather, Grampy. She was living with Grampy. and then finally my dad then picks her up and takes her to his house, and then she's living in his house. And then they get divorced, then
that's the dream, chat. If you could do that, you fucking would, chat. You would not fucking get a job. Don't be like, that's bad. No, you would take that in a heartbeat. If someone told you, I'm gonna take you and I'm gonna make you not work and you get to sit on your ass all day.
She's living on his money.
But we can't.
Then after that runs out, then she's living on the government's money. And then after the government money runs out, then she's living on my money. That was it. That's the entire thing.
That's crazy. Oh, what a life, man.
That was the whole time. Classic women. Exactly. What a life. And yeah, where's the dowry? I wonder. And yeah, honestly, like my grandpa was actually very oh geez, like I don't even know if I want to say that. Never mind.
What?
Because I know some of my other extended family might hear this. But anyway, what is this here? You see Trump?
His cousins are gonna tell him that he told him about Grampy.
Suspending federal gas taxes? No, I didn't see that. Is it another way to like make gas prices go down? Yeah, I mean that's obviously a good thing for sure. And say it. Okay, well some of the different older people like
I will say this, even back in like Soviet Russia when my parents got their university degrees, my mom kind of stopped working for the most part. Like, yeah, she was still educated, and so was my aunt. They were both very educated people, but as soon as they got husbands, which was usually in college or a little bit before that, yeah, like, they were still really educated, but they had their husbands support them. Say what you want. I think that's how it should be. I think men are more built to take on the stress of having to, go to their 9 to 5 and eating their nasty slop and shit, kind of a waste of a college spot. No, it's really not. I mean, like, if my mom ended up using her college degree when the 2008 crash happened, and she had to support my brother and stuff, because it was a tough time for everybody, I think, at the time, because the economy completely collapsed. My mom still got a job, and it was useful to have that degree, but like, I do think that if you are smart enough and you have a well-paying job enough at the time, it was fine to like basically be, with your husband and he's paying for all this shit. Yeah, like if she had to, if my parents didn't get divorced, but like if they had to, my mom probably would have been able to find a job.
you know, fucking
Probably.
my great aunt liked my dad more than my mom, even though my mom was their family. They did.
What?
They overwhelmingly liked my dad more. And so that's really what it was.
There's always favorites.
Because they were mad because my mom wouldn't fucking do it. She wouldn't get a job. She wouldn't do
She was a bum.
shit. All she wanted to do is sit around and do art and write poetry and smoke weed and play video games. And like,
Wait, she was... Bro, stop, man. You guys would be slobbering all over her on Twitter if she was... Yeah, she's a knee. I don't know what Aspen's mom looked like when she was young, but like if she was attractive enough, like I think you got, yeah, girl failure. Yeah, she's basically a girl failure need.
at the time, she didn't have video games, so it was just smoking weed and doing poetry. Video
Doing
games came in, and it was like, holy shit.
Oh, that's awesome.
Where have
I
you
do
been
love video
all my
games
life?
a lot. I could have been that.
And so that was it, man. And mom was a DJ, and she was. And anyway, we have
He's
that in my family.
honest.
My brother's the black sheep in my family. Yeah, definitely. And anyway, so
Writing
yeah,
poetry while high, it's
I
great,
do think that
apparently.
definitely there's like a generational trauma with like people that don't want to get married because their parents got divorced.
Yeah.
And then their parents had like a messy divorce or a problematic divorce.
Yeah, and that traumatizes
and
you.
it caused them to think like, okay, well, you know, I don't want to get married because...
And that's another thing, is that the divorce screws you up and you have a screwed up perception of marriage, so you don't want to get married and then bring a kid into the world in case that it happens to your kid. I understand the point of view of like people saying like, oh, I can't get a kid, I'll pass on my trauma. It's like, no, you won't. Like, don't think like that, because you're... I don't want to say like weird shit, but like you're speaking it into existence and you're making it happen by having that mentality. Like it's the same principle of like saying, oh, I'm always gonna be a fat fucking chud. Like I'm never gonna lose weight. I'm gonna be a fat fucking chud forever. It's like, you can think that, but like when you're saying it out loud and you're admitting that's what you're gonna be, yeah, like that's what you probably are gonna be. You shouldn't have that mentality. Yeah.
I know how it turned out with my parents.
It's a
and
mental
like, I don't want to
thing.
have that happen to me.
Self-fulfilling prophecy?
I'll be
is
honest,
it?
like
Is
that,
that the
that
term?
thought has crossed my mind many times,
Be a
especially when I was
SmugAlana
younger.
viewer
Like I was
forever.
thinking to myself,
No.
like my parents were married for like 20 years or something like that, and then they got divorced. It's like, can you imagine having to deal with that? You're locked in for 20 years, and then things change. Holy fuck, man, that would be so upsetting. That would be awful.
Yeah.
So I think that's another big reason why there's less marriages, and I think that you obviously have like all the normal reasons, like all men are fuck boys, all women are OnlyFans girls, all women do is eat hot chip and lie, you know, all men do is play video games and lie. Like I
And
do
work
think
on
that like
cars and
internet
hate
gender
you.
dynamics have made it worse, but like from 1985 to 2005 it was the same drop off than from 2005 to 2025. Just look at the numbers here. Actually, it was a bigger drop off from 85 to 2005. So,
I don't see a lot of pregnant women. I think I've seen 2 pregnant women in the last month. Granted, I don't go outside very often, but I did remember them. I was like, damn, she's pregnant. I went to a place where you get fishing gear and shit. Yeah, I saw a woman in there that was pregnant, and I think the other one was at a grocery store, and I was like, damn, it's like a fucking panda. 2, that's a lot. But I feel like when I was growing up, I saw them way more often, and I felt like my English teachers constantly got pregnant. Have you ever guys had that? Like, you went to school and your teacher was always pregnant, like at least one of them, like if she was like 20 something. I remember one of my teachers, she got pregnant when I was 13, and then when I was about to graduate, I was like 17 or 16 years old, and she got pregnant again. I was like, God damn. My English teacher, no, seriously, it was always the English teachers or the biology teacher. My biology teacher was super pregnant when on our finals exam too. I remember that.
Oh, really?
She had big blonde curly
I
hair.
don't really think it's that. It's
She's
not that big of a
super
thing,
huge,
right?
man.
And prom also, porn. Yeah, I think having
Porn,
online porn
yes.
helps a lot, right?
Yep.
You don't need to think about real women whenever you can just you know, jerk off to fake ones.
True,
Definitely.
your motivation
So-
goes down too.
Hot chip and lie is accurate, though. I know. everybody, we know.
Yes.
We know. Everybody knows.
True.
And so gold
chip in
diggers,
line.
I don't think that a lot of women, I feel like this is something that a lot of guys, I think, have like an unrealistic like fear of, that women want to date men just for the money. I think that a lot of women want to date men that are financially secure. Now, why is that? It's because that their great times, to the power of infinity, ancestor, the cave woman decided to mate with the guy that was able to actually catch the deer. And the guy that was able to catch the deer had enough meat to feed the family, so their kids didn't die, and those kids are your great ancestors. So I think that
security.
There's a lot of like evolution.
And even then, I think this kind of feeds into it, but like I feel like when you're dating as a woman or you're looking at prospective partners, it doesn't matter that the guy is not making an insane amount of money. At least for me. I don't know about other women, but like for me personally, it's like you look at them, it's like he's going to work every day. He's slaving away 9 to 5, right? That's because that's what I saw with my dad, right? And my uncle, and eventually my brother when he had to get a job, right? Even though they weren't making like an insane amount of money or whatever, or it's not like $100 million a year or whatever the fuck, it still showed you that like that's what a man should be able to do. Like, yeah, stable income, or like it's just enough to get by. Like my dad never gave up. Like when 2008 happened, he was like, well, just gotta buckle down and save some money, I guess. And my mom had to get a little bit of a job. It was a part-time job. But like my point is, my dad was still the financial breadwinner. And I feel like a lot of these people don't, I think social media has kind of rotted people's brains into thinking they need to make like $100,000 a year when they're like 21, which is not fucking realistic. It's just not. And I think, like, yeah, obviously when you're 30, maybe you should be making a little bit more because you've had more experience and you've been in the job force longer. And I think that's normal. But like when you're starting off, that's fucking ridiculous. Nobody should fucking expect that.
Evolutionary selection process that yes, women are obviously going
in
to
California,
and also like
do?
by the way,
Sad.
if you're a woman and you get pregnant, you are like massively debuffed.
Yes,
like, being pregnant is like a crazy debuff.
Yeah,
and it's not just because they go crazy every once in a while. While they do that anyway. Well, I guess they're pregnant, they do it more, right? That's what I hear at least.
Maybe that's where Fillion went, huh?
I think the real reason, here's the real reason, is that like if you're a woman and you get pregnant, like how the fuck are you gonna take care of yourself?
Yeah.
Imagine being a single woman with, having to go to a job all the time and you're trying to carry a child. It's horrible. So obviously
my mom had a job teaching at a little school part-time, and she worked up until her water broke pretty much because she had to, like with my dad and stuff, like they just had to do it. And my mom chose to do it. She didn't complain or anything, but she's like, yeah, it sucked a lot because you're having to walk around, you're huge, you're just waddling around very slowly to each class, and she basically, like, up until her water broke, and then the hospital was like relatively nearby.
I think that women
Big
are going to want to be taken care of.
And my mom's
and
a short girl.
Provide for them. I think that makes sense.
She's like 5'5".
So my wife's right now. Yeah, exactly. Then
5'4".
Yeah. And so you become handicapped. It is. It's a huge handicap. Being a dad is a debuff too. Being a dad is a debuff, but it's the same debuff as being a mom. Whereas being pregnant is a debuff that men.
It's literally a physical debuff.
I know. This isn't very woke of me to say this. It's
what?
not woke.
What?
But men can't get pregnant.
Oh my god.
Oh, what? No way! Yeah, that's right. Men can't get pregnant. Yeah, I know, guys. You can't
cancel
do it.
him
And
right
that's
now.
Fucking awesome.
Piece of
Reported.
shit.
Yes, it's nuts.
Ban him right now.
So I feel like wrong. We can soon. No, that's whenever you get a like a robot womb or like a electronic or something like that. And
dude, it's gonna happen
anyway,
one day.
Not with that attitude. Well, I mean, if you want to keep trying, be my guest. And so just don't tell me about it.
Yeah, just don't tell me.
I think that's also another reason. And so
one of my chatters already told
that,
us
like, women are going to want to have a man that's financially stable. But I think think that if a guy is financially stable and he's able to take care of himself, I do think that like there's a huge drop off. Like if you're making like, let's say, you know, 100K a year, which is like, by the way, that's not even a crazy amount of money anymore.
God,
like, let's say you're
the fact that that's not the inflation has gone so bad that in some places 100K is like kind of average. That's so terrifying to me. Yeah, like I know I was saying 100K, but like maybe I'm thinking like I don't know, maybe my brain is stuck like maybe 5-6 years ago in the past, but like now that I think about it, yeah, maybe I was saying 100K is like I feel like if you live in California or you live in a really dense populous area where it's like really expensive, it's like, oh my god, maybe 100K isn't enough.
Making that amount of money, the odds are that like
Just above
90%
the poverty
of women
line?
aren't going to
What?
break up with you to date a guy that's like richer than you are for that one reason. I just don't think that. And like that's just, again, this is my experience from what I've seen, from what I've experienced, from what I've heard, right? So not everybody's going to agree with it. I understand that, but that's what I've noticed all this time. And how much is stable? Well, it depends on where you live, right? I mean, if you live in Arkansas, it's probably fucking $60,000 a year. If you're living in San Francisco, it's $260,000 a year.
That's precisely.
Right? I mean, it depends, but like I would say, general for whatever the reasonable amount of money to take care of a family would be there, right? So that's it. Titles are different. Being a mom and dad are different. It's growing life compared to being sick, maybe. I don't know. And yeah, even when a man's financially stable, the women will still cheat. Men cheat too all the time. I mean, it's not even like, look, I know
there's a guy who's a divorce lawyer and he's done a bunch of shorts. He's like, it's a roundabout even, like how men and women cheat. It's just how they cheat. Women cheat emotionally, men cheat impulsively because they see a hot chick and they're like, oh, I want to put my dick in that, and then they fuck them. And it might not be because of emotional things. Or it may be, but like I'm just saying, like on average, he said that in his experience, he said that it was mostly because of that. Women, like, they want to emotionally attach to the person they're cheating on.
That we want to talk about how women are
accidentally
useless.
fell in.
And
Well, I
did
mean,
make
I'm
a
just
tweet
saying it's
yesterday.
impulsive.
This is a big
It's a lot
tweet
more
for me,
impulsive.
okay?
Yeah. It's still cheating. I'm not saying it's good or bad.
So do you remember whenever I was talking
Just
about
cheat is
this
cheat.
the other day? And nobody else was saying it. I was the only person saying this. And I said that I thought that AI was going to remove overwhelmingly women's jobs. Then 3 or 4 days later, everybody's talking about it.
I'm not even kidding. When I was growing up, my mom was under the impression that I would need to learn how to use Excel, and she signed me up for night classes to learn how to use Excel spreadsheets. And now I'm thinking to myself, thank fucking God I don't have an office job anymore. I had one for a little bit, and now I think to myself, like, an AI can at least do what I do, but faster, and I'm not fucking around like a human being does. Why are you laughing? It's true. I had an office job. This is not like a hidden knowledge or anything. I worked as a secretary, and I worked a little office job on the side somewhere like a couple years ago, but like, yeah, Excel was required in my degree. Yeah, now an AI just replaces you, but thankfully, some of these girls are the ones that replaced you. Now they're gonna get replaced by AI. SmugAlana? It wasn't corpo. It was like a little company. I wouldn't call it corpo. It was very relaxed.
That's it. A little out
Corpos
of touch with that
suck.
comment.
They drain
Right.
your balls.
Too many fake jobs were invented to create artificial parity between men and women in the workforce.
Yes.
AI fixes this problem.
Yeah.
Hopefully, after this is over, women can go back to doing what they do best, being a mother or being a prostitute.
The two oldest professions in the book. And I do think this is my respect to women, and this is why I hate it when people say, "Oh, friggin' you don't respect mothers or you don't respect women," and it's like, oh, Alana doesn't respect women. I think being a mom is a full-time job. As someone who had a mom who eventually, like, basically became a full-time mom, it is. It really fucking is.
And so
I hated it when my
obviously,
mom
I'll make posts
wasn't
like
there
this, right?
to take care of me.
And by the way, I do want to say that, 5,000 years ago, I know what the most popular profession for a woman was. And today, I also know what the most popular and most well-paying profession for a woman is if they're young, right?
I didn't say
and so
it.
That's
I didn't
crazy.
say it.
What are the odds of that? And for a man, it's changed. For women, it hasn't. So
Yep.
that's it. Last part. Yeah. Last part. How many people did you piss off? I don't know. I'm not reading their comments. I just make these posts. Maybe I'll see like one reply.
That's how you do it to preserve your mental, by the way, in case chat. I when I see a funny comment from you guys, I laugh, but I can't look at them too often because sometimes I'll go into a rabbit hole of wanting to like reply to people. Just so nobody gets offended. It's to preserve your mental as a content creator. I'm sure that I want to interact with fans more, but it's more so getting trolled or like, becoming a lol cow. I think there's a slippery slope to it.
That I don't really pay attention to it or look into it at all.
Yeah, it irritates the fuck out of you.
UN Migration Forum accusing it of promoting replacement immigration. Yeah, they should absolutely. 100% they should. Good. You aren't even devaluing women by saying this? No, I'm not. I'm saying that, again, and there's nothing, in my opinion, nothing sexist about what I said. It's just an objective fact.
No.
If you're a male prostitute versus a female prostitute, which one has more attention? Which one do people want more? Well, I wonder how many girls on OnlyFans are there versus how many guys on OnlyFans are there? Well, every woman is every mother is a woman, right? I mean, like, there you go. So obviously women can do that better. They're the only ones that can do it. So it just makes sense, right? It does. It just makes sense. But, again, the way that I say things, I will always choose the red combat dialogue option whenever I discuss these things. And I think it's funny, right? The battle of the sexes will end in a field of infertility. Well, I think that's already happened.
That was a good little yap session. I like listening to them talk, and there's not a lot of people that I like listening to talk in general. I don't know. It's like he's very blunt, and a lot of people just can't fucking handle that. Maybe because I grew up online, and like, I don't really care when people insult me or they're just being sexist in some people's eyes, and it's like, I just think they're being factual most of the time. Like, even if it hurts my feelings, like, I've had people say like dumb shit to me and say like, oh, you're just bad at the game because you're a woman, and I'm like, well, I mean, I know that's true, but you still shouldn't say that because it's mean to me. Like, yeah, you fucking suck, but, like, what does that make you? If you're in my rank, that means you're below average of other males in my rank. So, like, you suck. Yeah, like, I don't know. You say a woman sucks, it's like, what does that make you, dumb?
Oh, yeah.